Popping up. Right. Uh-huh. And then we're gonna share this one. Sorry, VOD watchers. I haven't done this in a while. A late night Monday stream, but on Tuesday. And it goes crazy. I have backed up my game, so I hope it's fine. I'm finally updating the world. Upgrading world complete. Do you want to join the world now? Yeah. Like, what, you want me to do it later? That's the goal, brother. I finally updated to the latest version of Minecraft. Um, let's see what's good in the hood. Um, so last I left off, I was recording something for a YouTube Wondercraft episode because I was gonna try and do them at the beginning of every month or the first Monday of every month, and then I ended up not following through on that. But I've just been trying to clear out this area. I tried to use a beacon, but I hate digging up for beacons, especially when it's under something, so it just didn't really work out. And then we've just been sorting things right now. A lot of them I think are going out of this area because the cobblestone is like basically maxed out and the stone is basically maxed out. Um, Something I could do just for a little bit is is take some of this cobblestone, turn it into like stairs. Oh, I think I'm not mistaken. I gotta check this out. Um, Stone. Yeah, stone now can be converted into cobblestone stuff, which is very cool. We all saw that, right? I'm not even I'm not even playing. My door. Uh, Is it? Hi Jimmy, how's it going? No, that is not supposed to happen. Um, okay. Piston flashes. The only thing I can think of is just this thing isn't working, like, at all. The only thing I can think of. Well, calibrated skulk sensors. Oh, I don't like unless they've changed how this works. Version of Minecraft is this 26. 26. I think it's 0.2. My only other thought process would just be to pick it up, maybe. Um, I don't remember. Maybe placed this way. Okay. No. Why is it activating randomly? Because this one now, it's like not connected to anything, so it's activating whenever, right? So have they added some sound to the specific thing I'm doing for this? Because I have it set to when I equip armor. And my understanding is the only other thing that it could be picking up is player mounts from a mount or vehicle. Or dismounts from a mount or vehicle would be the only other thing that would be picking up. So what is like the only other thing would be like, are these like, is it something to do with like these? These copper golem? Opening and closing chests? But it's not doing it now. This is so random. Why does Mojang break everything whenever they update? The only other thing I could see is like maybe the fish for some reason. Mounting or dismounting. Can't like entity dismount. A player dismounts from a mount or vehicle. So it can't be that. So armor gets equipped on an armor slot or an armor stand. Unless I'm like completely missing how this works entirely, I'm so confused on how this is broken now. Um, I'm so confused. I really don't want my door randomly opening and closing every 2 seconds. Do we have... We don't have hopper minecarts here. I was thinking like maybe hopper minecarts are triggering it. Please open the door. Dude, I've been so thrown off because it's like not, it doesn't even make sense. Because it's not consistent and there's no specific sound playing when it turns off or on. And there's no other redstone near it. The only thought, I guess, could be, well, it would have to trigger this. Oh, okay, it'd have to trigger this, go like here, and flick this on and off. Like, is there something specific happening here? Like, there's nothing. There's no hopper minecart here. or anything. And again, it wouldn't be a hopper minecart because it has to be the player dismounting something. Please let me out before I crash out. Stop. Oh my God. Or is it only... Okay, what if I do this and just keep the drawer closed? Okay, open it. Oh, we're waiting. The only other possible thing I could think of is like some mob like drowned around here in unequipped armor or something because they drowned. Like a zombie turned into a drowned and unequipped armor, but like still does not make any sense whatsoever. I don't even remember what the fuck I was doing 20 seconds ago. Is it supposed to close automatically? No, it's not supposed to close automatically. It's just supposed to open and close whenever I take off a piece of armor. It's not supposed to randomly open and close 5 times. This is all it's supposed to do. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, no. It's equipping, not unequipping. I was like, do I have it set to unequip? It's equipping it. Okay. Well, the basement's haunted, I guess. Um, fun. Why is there a torch in here? Probably from something before. Hopefully. Wait, I can't. This way, everything's all closed off now. Actually, how it's meant to look. Um, yeah. But also, okay. Okay, let's just put them in here. Hmm. Hmm. Well, the basement's haunted. Um. Okay. Well, let's get back to figuring out what the hell to do today. I know one thing I want to do. It's because let me take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's leave 2. I've been doing since making this sorting system. We've been doing some spring cleaning around the world, and basically, like, my main goal is try to remove all of, like, the chest monsters and all of the shulkers everywhere. And I had thought I removed all of my shulker boxes, but I had not. Also, Jimmy, saying redstone is alien wizardry to you, you're an alien! That's your wizardry. But I found a new chest monster. I just had a feeling that I was gonna spawn in here, because the last time I was here, there's a bunch of mobs. And I was like, I just had a feeling that there's gonna be, like, a creeper. Okay. But there's some shulkers here. I moved some of them back, but there were some shulkers here. Yeah, there's some shulkers here. We'll drop a regular shulker here. We'll pick up these two. And then I don't really talk about, like, my personal life a lot. I guess, like, I do and I don't. But for those of you who don't know, I got a job, right? And for many of you, you probably don't know that I got a job at a movie theater. And so I was coming through here and I was looking at my movie theater that we built years ago. And I was just looking at it, being like, this is laughably inaccurate to how movie theaters run. I mean, like, every movie theater is different. And, you know, this one could be an old-timey one. And also there's bees in the roof. But this one is laughably, like, incorrect. So I kind of wanted to go through and just add a couple things, because you can't make it super anatomically correct if you don't know everything about the stuff. But my first thing I wanted to add was just emergency exits. So we're adding emergency exits into the theaters. This is linking to the other theater, so we got to get more terracotta, more cyan terracotta. So that's the other theater. What building doesn't have a wasp nest? True. But yeah, I added emergency exit. It's a little bit confusing, so I'll probably add some signs. But I noticed over here, this was from when I built this, and also when I built Kame House. I left these here. And so we're gonna dump all of the loot from here. And then bring that to be sorted back at the system. Definitely gonna we're gonna need them. We're gonna need some more blocks. And then after this, I'm gonna like fly around, look and see if there's anything else I need to sort. But after this, I'm gonna move the full shulker boxes just because I keep opening them first. Once I clear out this area here and start sorting those stuff, I think as much as I like desperately want to work on the Thunderbolt's tower interior and start working on that, I feel like I've kind of spent a really long time not working on the roguelike. So I think we're gonna work on building that. Next, we're gonna go and start working on the desert level. So we're gonna... I know people are probably sick and tired of... I mean, it's been a while, so maybe not, but it's sick and tired of me fucking spamming sand, but we're gonna go collect more sand. And then... Because I need sand for the ground, I'll probably maybe use birchwood as well. And then... like the worst way to empty out anything. Probably use birchwood as well, especially maybe like birch trapdoors for the... I just thought of something, and I don't know if I want to do this. So you guys will have to either convince me not to do this idea or convince me to do this idea. But what if... What if... instead of doing like a traditional desert, what if we did like concrete powder as sand and did like a black sand desert or like a pink sand desert or something, like a different kind of desert? That might take us even longer to do and may look like dog shit. I feel like the best one would be black sand, but I don't know if black sand would be like super cool. If that makes sense. Like, I don't know if it would be overdone as like the sand alternative. So maybe we'd want to do like a gray sand. We could do like a blue sand as well. We do blue sand with like skulk as well. But then if we did blue sand, I don't know. Acid desert green powder. We absolutely can do that. The only thing that the only reason I would be against doing that is because the first area we did, the slime one, is kind of very green heavy. So like we could do green as well, like an acid sand area, but it just might be like another green area. Yeah, it's been a long time, so you know, I don't blame you at all for not remembering that. It's been like a year. And we kind of want to do this was the only thing I remember that we kind of were planning to do, is we were going to do a desert level because I wanted to make the breezes, like I wanted to make a custom desert breeze variant. And we had husks. And then called, why is my brain not functioning? And then we're gonna do a honey, like amber level for the skeletons. They were gonna be like, there's gonna be like a beehive amber type. We could do purple sand, maybe. The only other problem with, like, this is we can't have really any... Like, we could. We can't really have any water in the area. I mean, it's a desert, so I guess. I feel like there's something there. Either way, we're gonna have to collect sand, but it just may take a long time to... Is the boots chest? Oh my god, they are full. Why did I take soul speed boots here? Okay. We're gonna take... This is what we're gonna do. This may be really dumb. We're gonna grab 2 shulkers. We're gonna grab out all these boots. We'll keep those for now. We should do a we should do a Minecraft build challenge in like a year or so where I build like a house, but I can only use block pallets from like one of the overflow chests. Blue sand with skulk idea? Yeah. The only thing with the blue sand, and I feel like I want to do it still. The only issue I would have with the blue sand is um I want to make the sky. I want to make this area look like or have a somewhat of a feeling as much as we can that it is outside and not in a cave. So I want to make the sky around the world also like I don't know about you guys, that looks beautiful. The sky around is glass. And so I'm going to do like kind of what I did over here on Pip's scythe. But it's going to be like all around the walls of the area. And it's going to be interchanging colors. And I was going to do that as blue. And so if it's like all blue, it might be too blue. But then maybe if we're going to be doing something a little bit different with the sand, maybe we do something a little different with the sky, and maybe we do like a purple sky or something. It'd be kind of fun. Why is it jumping me forward? But I definitely think the blue sand is probably the closest thing I'm thinking of other than just doing regular sand. What I want to do. Okay. I need to make... Honestly, maybe I do this as well. But... Because the next sort of idea I have... Because, like, my idea... And it's really funny. Because a lot of Minecraft YouTubers that I watch always do these videos of, like, how to have a forever world that lasts an eternity. You know, like, things to do in your forever world. And a lot of them have really good ideas. But one of the ideas I always see is to make it so the world like has purpose, which I think is true and is something you should do. Like you shouldn't build things that are, how do I put this? You shouldn't build things for the sake of like you can build things for the sake of it being a just building stuff, but you should give things purpose, right? If you're going to build a fancy tower, you know, like make it a farm, you know? Do something like that. But one of the things they constantly say is like give you a reason to like visit things and don't make these big storage rooms is what I keep seeing everywhere. Is like don't make big storage rooms, like use like have areas in your world that you go to get specific things. And I think that is valid, but at the same time, I I feel like for me having everything in one spot makes me happier. Like I hate the idea of like having to fly to different areas to like get wood and like because I would go like collect wood and then I'd forget about it and then I'd have to go like fly to somewhere else to get like stone and then I would be like fuck I forgot I needed this amount of wood and then I would go back to the wood and then I would cut like I would end up fucking really annoyed. So I really like my storage room right now. And then the next step for me is I feel like I want to make a super smelter. We've talked about this, and I think I should probably do that for this next part of the project. I want to make a super smelter that smelts things like super crazy. I want it to automatically sustain itself, so I want to try and figure out how to sustain fuel, whether that's like bamboo or whether that's kelp in some way. Like I have a thing that smelts kelp into like kelp blocks and feeds the array. I want to have some way to self-sustain it, and then if at all possible, which it probably won't be, I would like to have it connected to this system here so that like once I smelt something, I might not want to because maybe I'm like I need to smelt iron bars and I go and I smelt them and then I'm like I need them right now and then it gets put to the system and I have to wait. Might get annoying, but it would be kind of cool at the same time to have it connected to the system so I could just be like, oh, this needs to be smelted eventually, and then just put it in and go do something else, and then come back to where it's sorted and know where it's gonna be. I'm not quite sure what I want yet, but I definitely want a super smelter in this basement area, and I think that's gonna be like the next thing I work on because the next thing I design because I need a lot of glass, and I'm gonna have to get it smelted eventually. So also with Skulk, I might have to figure out how to make like I need to make another good Skulk farm. I had a Skulk farm in my Guardian farm. The only problem is the Skulk kept climbing up the farm and ruining it. So I'll need to figure out a way to either prevent that from happening or make a new Skulk thing. I mean, this is what building is like in Minecraft. It's all about thinking up a plan and then immediately having to make it an entire farm to accomplish it. This is why I never get anything done, but I get so much done. I have a tree farm now, guys. You gotta be fucking proud of me. I have a flippin' tree farm, guys. And it only works for like the non 4x4s, but I have a tree farm now. I made the tree farm so I could get all of the warped fungus for here. Also, I do love now that all the the trapdoors have oxidized. It looks. This place definitely only really looks good. I mean, I think it looks good. But I will say it definitely doesn't look as good without shaders on. But I still think it looks alright without shaders on. Shaders definitely make it look a lot better, though. I feel like without shaders on, it looks a lot more futuristic-y, and this almost looks like there's no glass here, which is cool. The shaders makes you definitely see the glass. Also, since we have the new update, with all the tiny critters, I'm gonna try and get... What happened there? I'm gonna try and get... a small glow squid and or squid in here. I can't remember if shaders is K. I think it is. Okay. Put this one in, and then thing else I need to do is just have like ender chest here. I also think this room, I've talked about it a little bit. This room is going to be I'm gonna try and replicate it from Thunderbolts. It's gonna be the vault from Thunderbolts, and I think this area is actually just gonna be where I put my shulker boxes. That's literally gonna be the room's entire use, is because it's just such a natural place for me to put all my shulkers. I've naturally just put them there. I'm like, this vault is gonna just become the place where I store all my shulkers. I still don't know what I want to do with my enchanted books either. I still need to figure that out. Maybe we add an enchanted book, like, library to the basement. Maybe I just have a box of enchanted books. I genuinely don't know what I want to do. This is why also, this is random, but this is why I also say when people ask, like, how do you play on a Minecraft world forever? Like, how do you keep motivation? Like, I haven't really played on this, like, huge amount in recent times. I've been playing a lot of other games, which is a very important part of it. But I think, like, the biggest thing for this game is you just gotta be in love with the grind. Like, you just gotta love spending hours making farms and, like, getting materials and stuff. Like, you just... For this particular thing, you know? Like, if you want to play... Like, if you don't like it, that's fine. There's other ways to play Minecraft, you know? I think also that's something important, is you gotta remember that you can play Minecraft differently. You don't have to play Minecraft the same way as everybody else. I'm gonna fly around, make sure there isn't any... There isn't any... other chests anywhere. I do think people see a lot of other people's ways they do things, and you can sometimes try that and you can enjoy doing the same thing as other people, but I think a lot of times people see stuff, they want to do it like how they do it. They want to try and be this, you know, like, oh, I love the way they play Minecraft. Like, I want to have a cool world where I build stuff. And then they try it and it just doesn't really work out, and then they're like, well, how do I do it? Like, I don't get motivation. Like, I burn out really easy, and it's not because you're bad or they are doing anything differently. It's just because This might just not be how you want to play Minecraft. This just might not be how you enjoy Minecraft. Like, there's so many, like Mythica, for instance. Like, I started up. I can't keep up with modded Minecraft. It just doesn't interest me. I like vanilla Minecraft more than modded. So like, I tried Mythica on my YouTube channel, which was gonna be like my modded series, and like maybe I'll revisit it. But I got to episode 2 and I was just like, damn, I'm bored. Like, I just don't want to play it, you know? And I think also sometimes you just gotta try different things. If you find yourself getting bored from Minecraft, like, or anything, just think about why you're getting bored of it. Sometimes you gotta make a hardcore world and pretend you're in the Hunger Games versus monsters. Exactly. I think it's also, I think having like a fun goal and an idea is also very helpful. Like, you can get real good inspiration through that, which is like basically how I did it. But like, when I was playing Minecraft, I kind of realized like the reason I get bored of playing Minecraft, I talk about it a bagillion times over at this point. It's ad nauseum, as they say. Um, but my thing was like, I just didn't. I would always play with keep inventory on because I didn't like losing my stuff. But then I felt like I was getting super bored because it was way too easy, and um there was like no incentive to try to do anything. Like, if I needed to teleport home, just jump off a cliff. If I needed to, like, you know, there's never any time where I would be like, I'll just walk into a thing and, die. Never prepare for anything, because if I died, I can just go redo it. So I did the hardcore world because it had the luxury of, if I die, I don't have to go get my stuff anymore. And interesting enough, because if I die, it's over. So, um, hmm. Okay. Blue dye is lapis. We can get lapis through trades. I mean, blue dye is also cornflowers, but I'm just trying to think of like an easy way to get blue dye. Would be probably from lapis and get that through trades with the villagers. So we could try and think of things to trade with the villagers to kind of get that. We want sand. We're gonna need gravel as well if we're gonna be doing concrete powder. Um, also need to clear out. I need to check the overflow chest just because I'd love to see what's inside of it. Like, we have so much. Like, I probably should take some of this pale moss and just throw it into the composters. But I appreciate y'all stopping by here as well, because I feel like I've been very inconsistent with streaming. I'm like trying not to, but it's so much like I didn't think it was gonna be this way, but for me, like, my work just got me going, like, okay, like, I don't work like, I work part-time, right? So it's not full every day, but it would be like, I'll work and it's very physically intensive. And so I'll work, do a bunch of like physically intensive stuff, and then get home at midnight, feel exhausted, go to sleep, wake up on like my day off, and be like, I don't want to do anything other than just relax. It also doesn't help that I have like incredible friends that I just want to hang out with and like people in my life that I want to spend every fucking moment of my life with. So it's kind of hard to want to stream when I'm like, oh, I could just chill and like watch a movie with my friends or chill and play like Marvel Rivals with my friends and not worry how to stream or anything. Yeah, that's why like I've been forcing Shmeeps to like stream with me some days. Like a lot of the times you'll see like I'll have Shmeeps in a Minecraft stream or like Shmeeps on Tomodachi. I'm just like I just need people like oh I want to spend time with Shmeeps, but I also want to stream. So it's like okay Shmeeps, you're now gonna stream with me, and that's basically what's been happening a lot off stream. Is for Tomodachi Life, I've been playing it a ton off stream, like nearly every day, and a lot of it's with me and Shmeeps doing just like in between while we're hanging out, and then um we will record it, and I'm gonna put it on the YouTube videos. So if you guys want like the full experience, um definitely check out the YouTube series. I don't know what I want to do because we're not at it quite yet, but we're getting to parts that I've recorded that haven't been on stream. We're still very early on in the in editing the streams. Like we're in the first two streams. I think I'm still editing. Um, I will do my best. I don't know how you guys want it. If you want me to like put something in the title to say that it's like recording specific, if you want me to put it in a specific playlist, or I was thinking just telling you guys like going into the Discord when I upload it and being like, this stuff has content that has not been on stream. But that's been a lot of what I've been doing. I want to. My plan right now is to try and work. I've been editing some videos as well for Odd Sprouts. I've been working on a video on Odd Sprouts for a while. Um, Trying to get back to edit that. My goal is I want to start recording this game for YouTube. I want to try start the Xenoblade 3 DLC, Future Connected. I want to start that. I want to try and finish it because I don't imagine it's going to be very long. As the DLCs aren't super long, but I want to try and like edit it, record it, finish it within like this month to next month. Like in that area. And then because in July there's going to be another game coming out that I want to make videos on, and that series will probably be will most likely be exclusively as YouTube videos, and that will also be um me and Shmeeps will be doing that because Shmeeps actually bought me the game. Um, if you guys are interested in knowing the game, it's Echoes of Aincrad. It's the new Sword Art Online game. Me and Shmeeps have been talking a lot about Sword Art Online recently because we just watched the series. I I made her watch the series with me, and so the new game got announced. It was actually the new game got announced. I wanted to watch the series again. I got Shmeeps to watch it with me, and then now we both kind of like it. She likes it. I like it, so it's nice. And then she bought me the game like the fucking mad lad that she is. Um, she's ridiculous. And then basically her one um condition to her buying me the game, which I didn't agree to the terms of service, but she gave me the game, so I have to agree. Is that she wanted to experience it with me first. So like, she wanted me the first time I open the game, the first time I play it. She wanted to be a part of it. Like, I can't just stream it. And then we're still kind of working out the details, but then I'm just like, why don't we just like do a Game Grumps style fucking sit down like let's play of it with her there. Like I feel like that would be more fun is to just if she wants to experience it for the first time with me, it's just like have us just experience the whole thing together. I think would be a lot of fun. So that's my plan. Whether Shmeeps agrees to it or not, we'll have to see. But um yeah. So we'll see what's going on. Um, sorry, I had to delete that message. We don't talk about like medical emergencies in chat. Just kidding. I don't know what that was. Um, but yeah, so me and Shmeep's thinking of doing that. Hopefully, I think it would be a lot of fun. I'm incredibly excited for the game, and every single I'm doing the fucking 3 a.m. Minecraft thing when we're like you're talking at 3 a.m. and you just have to like run around in circles doing parkour. But I'm so excited for that game. I've been excited since the first trailer dropped. I've always been a huge SAO fan. Um, and so this game just looks perfect for me. So I want to do that when it comes out. This is like kind of my overarching plan for the year is like get Xenoblade 3's DLC done, um, play the new SAO game, and then probably get back into Digimon. Like Digimon Time Stranger has been hyper neglected. It's like a double-edged sword because um on one end it's really bad that I just dropped it after like 9 episodes. But then on the flip side of it, it's nice because now I have access to all the DLC coming into it, so I'll actually be able to use theoretically some of the DLC characters in my playthrough, which would be kind of fun. Okay. Um Let me think of what I'm trying to do here. Cuz I think it would probably make the most sense. And you guys can let me know if you feel the same way. Um Probably make the most sense just to start heading over to the trial chambers area. We have we'll make some potions of night vision. That's also something I want to do is make more um make a potions area. Oh wow. Hey Shmeeps, speak of the devil. You're on break in the show. Shmeeps is going to see a live show right now, so he's sneaking into my stream. How you doing? Um Completely caught off track. What am I doing? Oh yeah. I want to make like a potion area in the basement as well. That would be nice. I'm pretty sure I remember what I need, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Uh, Night vision is awkward potion plus golden carrots. That's just it, or am I thinking of water breathing is weird? No, it's a potion of invisibility is weird. It's a potion of night vision with a yeah, awkward potion with golden carrot. Yeah, well, and then also redstone. Let's go check for some golden carrots. Light headache, but a lot of fun. That's fair. Um, Golden carrots, redstone. Golden carrots, redstone. We have not really accomplished much. I've been talking a lot this stream. We'll grab nether wart. We'll grab some blaze powder just in case. Golden carrots. Redstone. Gotta go, we'll talk later. Have a good one, Shmeeps. Enjoy your show. Also, I don't know what the hell is up with 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 YouTube, it's like auto translating Schmeeps's HAI hi to hey, and like it's a different language. Like YouTube is detecting it on my end as if it's a different language, and they're auto translating it. Is really funny. What a random thing. Okay, 1, 3. Oh, yeah, we have some here. 1, 2, 3. Drop this in here. We don't really need. Let's keep this for now. Okay. And then golden carrots. I also recently started replaying Yokai Watch again. There was like a huge Yokai Watch controversy recently. Basically, the company that made Yokai Watch came out and said, "Don't pirate our games." Um, and you might think like, well, yeah, obviously, like that's a valid thing, but basically, Yokai Watch has not released like a lot of their games in any language other than Japanese. And so the only way you can really play those games is by getting fan translations, which is like you have to get a pirated version of that. I don't, not advocating to do that, but I'm just saying like that's just kind of the thing. So there's a big controversy where people are like, then like if you want us to give you money, like then release your content. And so it got like a huge heated debate between Japanese people on Twitter and English and a lot of Spanish speaking people on Twitter. And then it just made me think like, man, the first Yokai Watch game was really fun. And then I got hit with a lot of like, there's been a lot of other controversies on YouTube or well on Twitter of basically me. Do I have torches? Sorry, let me organize myself. Do I have? Yep. Food. Might get more food. We're gonna start heading towards the trial chamber. But basically, um, like I don't necessarily need to get into it, but a YouTuber I've followed for many years basically did something with his friend's fiance, and then there's a big thing, big falling out, a lot of shit going on. And basically it just reminded me of like many years ago. It's like crazy controversy happened. It's sort of the thing of like, I definitely agree with a lot of people. They say like, don't idolize celebrities, don't idolize YouTubers, don't idolize people that you don't actually know in the real world, because they're actually just different. They're just people that, you don't know, and they could be terrible people, and you don't know that. Wait, didn't we clear out this area? I'm almost certain we cleared out this area already. Yeah, I think we did. Okay, let's just try to collect sand. I think sand is just what we need to collect. Sand and gravel. But anyways, Many years ago, there's a huge controversy in the Pokemon community of this guy who did a lot of bad stuff, allegedly, with a lot of receipts, and basically, um, people always say don't idolize people, don't, because, like, especially, like, don't idolize me, don't idolize people you don't know, because we're all human and we can make mistakes, and, like, that shit can happen, and, don't allow yourself to be affected by that stuff, because at the end of the day, you don't know these people online. But anyways, one of these guys that I looked up to heavily did this terrible stuff, and I kind of had this mental breakdown thinking about, like, you really don't know people. Like, it's really hard to know what people think, or what kind of people like what kind of person someone is. And I was like, it got me really, like, into deep philosophical thoughts of like, who am I? Right? Like, what if I'm a terrible person and I don't even know? Like, if I don't know, like, you really don't know people, but, like, maybe I don't know myself. So I had this really tough time where I was trying to figure out, like, maybe I'm like this horrible person, I just don't know it yet. Like, maybe I'm gonna one day wake up and become a terrible person. Um and so I had this, like, whole mental breakdown, and got over it. Sort of. I mean, I'm still all over the place, but, like, get over it and move on. Really all it does is make me want to make content. It makes me think of, like, it sucks because I want to go back and watch those old videos that I'm nostalgic for, but at the same time, like, I it feels gross to do it, so I don't. But because of, like, thinking about what they've done. And so one of the things that I guess it just makes me want to, like, it makes me want to make that content for people, like the way that they made content back in the day, and, like, made me feel. I'm like, I want to make that type of content for people, and then do my best not to make the same mistakes. And if I do make the same mistakes, own up to them, and, like, try my best not to, because I'm not perfect, but just try my best not to make horrible decisions, and then also make if I do, try to grow from them and be a better person. But anyways, this is all leading me to say that I just started playing Yokai Watch because I'm like, man, I remember when Yokai Watch came out, and I didn't have all these thoughts, and I was a child. I'm like, damn, time to go, like, pretend the world doesn't exist and play Yokai Watch again. But it is a great game. I would recommend it. It's not really, you can't really buy it anywhere anymore, but I'd recommend it if they ever re-release it, or you get the chance. So yeah, it was just another thing where I kind of opened my eyes to, like, the world, and I forgot to get food, but that's fine. And thought, like, man, sometimes the world can suck and people can suck. This is leading me to the water temple. Yes, that's the water temple. I don't want to be there. I want to go to a different area. I need to start putting signs down. It also kind of, like, is so interesting to see people's thought processes and, like, where people are at, because I feel like there is, like, a huge level of cancel culture where there's kind of, like, people that revel in the idea of other people failing and being, like, and tearing them apart for the actions they do. And at some level, I feel like that's not a good thing, because, like, people, again, like, people are human. They can make mistakes, and they're like, you are not incapable of making mistakes, so these people are also, like, not incapable. You know, no one's perfect, but at the same time, I, like, can't help but agree with certain people when they do certain things getting teared down for it, only because, like, a large part of, like, of those people, I feel like people that, like, YouTubers that do something, whether it's like they scam their audience, they, you know, cheat on their wives or so, like, you know, like those kind of things, I feel like they never get punished for it because you can't always punish them for things. Like, and when I say that, I mean, like, legally, like, physically, it's kind of hard to punish people for certain offenses because there's not really anything you can do. Like, a lot of the times there's so many YouTubers that have done terrible things that are still have a platform, right? Like, they you know, whether someone deserves to be deplatformed or not, that's another conversation entirely, but like, there's so many times where people just don't get punished for doing terrible things that I feel like a lot of people get very aggressive now towards people that make mistakes because they feel like they have to basically do vigilante justice and, you know, make their lives a living hell to feel any sort of sense of like they got their comeuppance. And so it's like, it's very hard because I want people to change and I want people to be better, but there's also like a level to it where it's like, okay, do I, like, what level am I being complacent? At what point is it no longer me being like, okay, they did something bad, but like, and like, we'll move on from this and they'll hopefully become better? And does it become like, oh, we're just not punishing them for their terrible actions and we're just letting it slide, you know? Um, because it does suck. And then it sucks for the people that like have to deal with it, especially like a lot of the times. What the fuck? Oh, it's the rabbits. I'm like, what the fuck is that? My rabbit texture. I have a rabbit texture thing. The not a rabbit texture thing. The rabbits have a different texture now, and in my texture pack, my resource pack, I have custom models for a rabbit, so I need to just remove that. But it's like, I feel bad for the people that get hurt from these people, but also I feel bad for like the friends, because like there's so many times where I think about situations like these and go like, how did you not know this person was terrible? Like, you spend your so much time with them, like they're your friends. Like, how did you not know this person was going to be terrible? And then I've had people in my life do terrible things that wouldn't say like I'm necessarily friends with, right? But like people I've known and I've like been around, and I'm just like, holy shit, like I would have never known. Like, you start thinking of every interaction you've ever had with them and you go like, maybe there were like red flags, maybe there were signs that he was a terrible person, but like, who would have known, you know? Or like people that you just care about so deeply turning out to not be the people that you expect them to be. Or they end up not being the people they tell you they are. You know, like I've had some instances like that I've had to get over, like just this like past couple of year of like, there are people that I loved and like genuinely cared for that ended up being not who I expected them to be and not who they told me to be. They would say like, you know, I you can always come to me with problems, you know, I'm always going to be here for you kind of thing, and then that they aren't, and it's like damn, like you were not a person that I thought you were. And so like that's another side to the angle of like, whenever someone does something terrible, I also always kind of feel bad for the people around them. There's a couple times the people I liked watching were under scrutiny, but I never had someone do something actually terrible yet. Also, hi Chain, how's it going, Merlin? Yeah, like, and also It's so hard because, like, sometimes there are things that happen because it's, like, nuanced, right? Like, there's so much, like, people want to live in black and white, but it isn't. There's so much nuance and, like, so much gray areas that, like, it's so hard to really know what to think sometimes. Because there's, instances where, like, the thing the person did in some aspects are terrible, but at the same time, it's the way they respond to being called out about it, I guess. Um, but yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. It's been a crazy week with shit. Like, it's just reminded me of, like, back in the day the, when all this shit happened, and then my feelings and what I was going through at the time. It's so crazy. Like, it's so crazy and it's so sad. Like, I truly hope that I never end up becoming a terrible person. I really hope I don't make any stupid decisions. But at the same time, like, I don't want you guys to, like, idolize me because I'm very much, like, a pretty... Like, I'm not a good person, right? I wouldn't say I'm a terrible person, but, like, I'm not a good person. Like, I'm pretty down there when it comes to people. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, I don't want people to, like, look at me and think I'm some sort of, like, saint or I know what the fuck's going on when I don't. And I just hope that, like, if I ever did something stupid, that I would have people around me that would not put up with it, you know? I don't know. I don't know how to put it. Because, like, at the same time, like, I've had people that do shitty things, and I just, like, I'm, like, very bad at confrontation, so, but, like, I feel like I would just hope people wouldn't let me get away with shit and being horrible. The worst thing Markiplier did was cheat at FNAF 2, absolutely. Marco, I love that clip too, where it was like someone was like, it came out that like you actually cheated at FNAF 2 because like you couldn't have done this thing, and he's like, yeah, probably, like yeah, I probably did. Guys, I'm gonna tell you this now. YouTubers cheat, bro. Like we if we think it's gonna make it more entertaining, we cheat, man. I don't think you guys understand how many times... I don't actually do it, like, very often anymore, but you can't really trust me now, because, like, you know, I've done it in the past. But, like, back in, like, the D-Live days of streaming, do you guys know how many times I cheated in a Nuzlocke? Like, there's so many times I was grinding off stream and a Pokemon died and I just said, nope, doesn't count. There was a time where a Pokemon died in the Insurgents Nuzlocke that I really liked, and I faked the game crashing so it wouldn't have died on stream. I faked the game crashing. I, like, tabbed out of it, and it made it look like it froze, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta restart. I gotta restart from where I last saved. Oh, right before this fight? Shit. And then I think it died, like, fucking 5 minutes later anyways, and I just was like, okay. But there's so many times in, like, the D-Live days when I was streaming that, like, I definitely cheated in Nuzlocks. I don't do it now. I don't even do Nuzlocks very often anymore. But, like, the past couple Nuzlocks that I've done, I definitely don't do that anymore, just because, one, I don't even really grind that much off-stream anymore, because I'm, like, tired of grinding off-stream. And also, I actually find it a lot more fun when I actually play by the rules. How did he cheat at FNAF 2? I think... I don't know anything. I just remember someone saying, like, there was a clip where basically, like... I think it was to get Golden Freddy or something like that. Like, or it was, like, something where it wasn't... Or he was either trying to beat a really hard run, or he was trying to get a specific thing to unlock, and he just couldn't do it. And so he, like, did a cheat where it, like, auto made the event happen. And it was like, people were saying, like, it's impossible under the circumstances of what he was doing at the time for it to actually be, like, what he did. He spoofed the 2020 mode to get a video out. I'm pretty sure he also admitted to this sometime after. Yeah, like, I don't know anything about it. I just remember seeing the clip of him getting, like, he was on, like, a podcast or something, or, like, getting interviewed, and people were like, oh, yeah, they said that you cheated in, like, FNAF. He's like, oh, yeah, probably. Like, I don't even remember. Because that's probably, like, 10 years ago, too. Like, that's probably more. That was probably so long ago. Good thing all of my cheating attempts have been removed from the internet. My old D live streams I don't think exist anymore. That's most of 2 out of 10. Yeah, I think for that, for me, is like, that's nothing. Because it's like, if you cheat in a game, I could get it if it was like a speed run or something. Like, it is kind of bad. So I'd say, like, agree it's a 2 out of 10 kind of thing. Because it's like, it's kind of bad. But at the same time, it's like, he's just doing it for entertainment. He's not really doing it for trying to get, like, people to say, oh, Markiplier is like this goat at, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's or whatever, and I don't think people are really caring as much. Maybe people do, who knows, but whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I think just people are weird. I think that we need to have more more acceptance or hope that people can change. I also think that you have the right to not, if someone does you wrong or something happens, like, you don't have to accept a person's, like, if someone apologizes, you don't have to accept an apology. If someone does something wrong to you that, like, hurts you in a way, you don't have to, like, be around them. You don't have to even, like, you know, like, you don't have, people aren't owed you, but at the same time, I feel like we need to hope that people get better, you know? Like, you don't want to get, you don't want people to be bad, you know? Like, you shouldn't hope people make missteps in their life so that you can tear them down. We want to hope that they, like, improve. At least I'd hope so. Let me swap out my shovel for my fortune one, just because we're gonna have to go get gravel later, too. I also think it's, like, the mentality behind the thing you did wrong, right? Like, if Markiplier was outed for cheating in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and then people are like, oh yeah, you cheated, and he was, like, adamantly that he didn't, and was, like, very, like, negative about it, or whatever, right? Like, I think that's also a thing. Like, sometimes the mistake can be something so small or insignificant, but it's the attitude and the mentality you have about the mistake, or the choices you've made, that really affect my opinion of the person. Because there's doing the wrong doing, and then it's like, say, like, in the instance I'm talking about, just to be a little bit more, like, I don't want to talk too much, and I'm no expert in it, but basically, a Pokemon YouTuber by the name of Game Boy Luke was outed for making out with his friend's fiance. While they were together, while they were engaged, he made out with her, and she stayed at his house, and that's all we really know about it, but basically, that's what happened, is he went behind his friend's back and cheated on him with his fiance. And if you told me, and this was another thing, is allegedly, this is all alleged as well, I don't know exactly everything that happened, I wasn't fucking there, but basically, the idea is, he did this, he was under the influence of alcohol, that some people are saying, and so it's kind of a thing of, like, if you were to tell me, like, hey, this guy made out with this woman, they did it, they were also, these two previously dated in the past, so maybe there's some feelings there still. They're both drunk. You know, it's a complete lapse of judgment. You know, like there's a level to me being like, I can apologize for that. But or I can accept an apology. That, like, if I was in Rich's shoes, who was the guy whose fiance got, you know, cheated on him, I would be like, that's obviously not something I want to happen, but I can understand how everything happened, and we can move forward with that if you feel remorse for doing that. Like, if you both are like, we're so sorry, you know, we should never have done that, you know, like, it was a complete mistake. We made this terrible decision. Never gonna do it again. Like, I may not trust you, I mean, you know, but like, you can move forward from that. And like, part of me is like, okay, like, it's not the biggest deal. They didn't have, as far as we're aware, didn't have sex, didn't, whatever. But Rich comes out with it on Twitter, says, hey, this is what happened. I'm really, like, pissed off at Luke, and this is, you know, I'm betrayed, I'm crushed, I'm heartbroken. My fiance and one of my friends, someone I thought I was my friends, did this terrible thing to me. And allegedly, it was, like, there's nothing concrete about it, but allegedly, Rich talked to Luke about it, and was saying, like you have to, like why would you do this, you know, like like, I don't know the conversation, but basically Luke said, like, Rich doesn't have enough reach to make an impact with this thing. Like, if he came out with it, it wouldn't do anything because he's not big enough as a creator, which I'm pretty sure Rich is, like, pretty big as a creator, because he's not just a Pokemon YouTuber, he also does COD and stuff, and I feel like he's relatively popular. But anyways, Luke basically was like, you're not big enough for people to care, like, for it to matter. And so he put it out online, and it made an impact, and people cared, and it mattered. And that's the mentality where it's like, it wasn't such a big deal, and it wouldn't have been such a big deal if Rich came out and said, like, oh yeah, my friends, like, they made out, or my fiance and my friend made out, and I'm upset about it. And Luke said, I fucked up, like, I'm sorry. Like, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But it's the mentality of, like, he had zero remorse for it. That he was like, yeah, buddy, like, there's nothing you can do about it. I did this to you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Is the thing that gets me with people. So it's like, for someone like Markiplier to cheat at a game and then immediately just go, like, yeah, I probably did it. Like, I was just probably trying to make a video. It's like, that's not that big of a deal for me, because it's not that he has to be remorseful for cheating, but he's not going around telling everybody that he's, like, the best and, like, they're wrong, and he's actually, like, the goated Five Nights at Freddy's streamer. It's like the exact thing of, like, Markiplier versus Pirate Software, right? Like, Markiplier gets called out for cheating. He's like, yeah, I probably did do it. Pirate Software would get called out for cheating in, like, the puzzle games, and, like, people explaining exactly how he cheated, and he would be like, no, I'm actually very smart, and I'm, like, really intelligent, you're just fucking dumb, and, like, I worked at Blizzard. You know, like, and so the cheating wouldn't have been that big of a deal. You're cheating at a fucking single-player game. It doesn't super matter. It only really matters to the people that, like, solve the puzzles before you that you're cheating off of and trying to take credit for it. But if you just said, like, oh yeah, no, I did cheat, like, I just wanted to have fun and, like, see all the things in the game, like, no one would care. It would have not been a big deal. People would be like, that's a little weird, I don't know why you did that, but, like, sure, I get it. Like, yo, what's up, Top Stitch? How you doing? Yeah, we're going on, it's Minecraft tonight, so we're doing, we're talking philosophical while we mine sand. But it's just, like, it's just stuff like that gets me. It's like the having no shame for it. If you're gonna make something or do something that's bad, like, at least own up to it. Don't act like you're above anyone else. Don't act like, you know, your shit doesn't stink. Because at the end of the day, everybody poops but you. So, like the dream situation. Yeah, like, there's levels to things, right? Because, like, Dream's cheating scandal was a big thing, and I think that, like, Dream should have, like, should, no matter what, be barred from, like, speedrunning because of that. Like, you shouldn't, just because you own up to it too doesn't mean that people have to accept it and have to be immediately like, oh yeah, it's like sins are forgiven. Like, people can, um you know, people can still choose how they feel. Like, I'm not saying like saying I'm sorry is the only way to, you know, fix things. Like, Rich obviously didn't have to forgive Luke, even if he was like, yeah man, I'm sorry, like I fucked up. But it's just like, for Dream, like, it's like, yeah, you didn't made a mistake, it's gonna have consequences, but then it makes it so much worse when you go and you're like, no, you're wrong, here's all the reasons you're wrong, and then trying to, like, defend yourself when you are in the wrong and try to make it seem like you're right for not being, like, when you're not right, and showing that you have absolutely no remorse for what you've done. It just, like, that's when it's like, man, like, yeah, Dream speedrunning affects, like, actual other speedrunners, so I can totally get it. But it's just the thing of, like, Dream could have been like, you know what, I fucked up. I, you know, I had these tools in, I thought it wouldn't matter, but it does. Like, you know, and then I feel like people would have gotten over it. Like, he wouldn't ever be allowed back in speedrunning, but I feel like people would have been like, you know what, Dream, that's fair. You cheated, but you've owned up to it. We can move on from here. You know, like, I don't know. It's so weird. The world's such a weird place, man. So it's just like, for me, it's been a lot because I try not to idolize people, but I do. I am human. I'm not perfect. I idolize a lot of people, especially people I've watched since I was young. And when I see those people make those crazy mistakes, and or not even like I say mistakes, but like mistakes in the sense of like they did something wrong, not that it was an accident. Um, but like seeing them do those things and be like come out as like kind of shittier people than I thought they could have been, you know, like, because everybody's a little shitty in their life, is like, it's just so sad. It's just so sad, and it makes me sad. And then it just also, like, brought me back to that place of, like, being in, like, it was, like, 2016 or something like that, 2016, 2019, I don't remember, but, like, getting back in that headspace of being, like, really depressed. Thinking about, like, all you can do in the end of the day is try to be the best person you can be. You know, you can't control other people. All you can do is control yourself. And, you know, that's just what I hope people try to do, is just try to be the best person you can be. Like, if cheating enhances your playing experience, who cares? Like, yeah, if it's a single player game, who cares? I think the only time cheating, like, in a single player game, or like, is like when you're trying to compete with people. Like, obviously, I think cheating in a competition is not very good. Or if you're trying to convince people that you achieved something that you didn't, you know? But yeah, I don't know. I just want to make content that makes people smile and have a good day. Which I feel like this content may not make people smile because this isn't really like funny. But I just want to make content that people enjoy, and I want people to like. I would love it if someone 10 years down the road went, dude, I used to watch this guy and I have such nostalgia for him. I want to like go back and rewatch his stuff, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't think that would ever happen because I don't think I have a wide enough net. But it would be cool. I don't know. I think it would be fun. I need to fix the freaking rabbit texture. I am, with all this drama coming out, it is making me want to play Pokemon Conquest because a YouTuber I used to watch, I have such fond memories of staying up super late watching him play Pokemon Conquest and just remembering it, like, I don't know, I had such fond memories of it and thinking back to it that I'm just like, I kind of want to play Pokemon Conquest again and make my own series of it because I don't feel like I can watch his series anymore after the things he's done. So, that's something I would like to do on YouTube at some point is replay Pokemon Conquest. I never played it on YouTube, but I've played it before. And there's some ROM hacks of it now that might be interesting, but I wanna play that again. Yeah. Absolutely. Shame used to be more effective. Like, I feel that's the thing too. Is I feel like people, because like back in the day, and maybe I'm getting like old head boomer type vibes from this, but like back in the day, there was this sense of like social normity where people wouldn't do stupid things or do terrible things in fear of being like shunned, right? Like a lot of the times, like before the internet, the only people you really knew were the people in your community, unless you like traveled to new places. You know, so like a large portion of people only ever knew their hometown, their home city, their part of town, you know? And now I feel like people on the internet will say things because they know it won't affect the community they're a part of, because a lot of the times it's anonymous. And so they don't have to feel shame for what they say because nobody really knows it's them saying it. And then at the same time, if it does affect your community, the internet is so vast that you can very much easily find another community to be a part of. And so like nobody has this sense of, I don't know if this is the same thing as your point was, Top Stitch, but like nobody has this fear of like doing wrong because there's always a chance for you to like just get away with it. And then I also think that that's why people are so aggressive. Again, to like circle back, I think that's why people are so aggressive about mistakes now, is because people don't get punished for the things they do. They don't get consequences for their actions don't exist sometimes. And people get frustrated that other people aren't getting consequences for their actions, so they take it out on people who've made mistakes. And sometimes those mistakes aren't that big, but they still feel the need to go like overboard to like the point of having them like, it's like everybody has to lose their job now. Like nobody's allowed to have their job anymore if you do something fucked up. Like, and I, some points is like, I agree, racism, sure, lose your job, why not? Like, you say something racist or you like beat up a kid or something, like absolutely. But if you're gonna be, if you're like a guy who like, I don't know, like, I honestly can't even think of like something small. Like you shoplift. You know, like you shoplift one time, you took a stick of gum. Like that person doesn't need to have their life destroyed because they did that. They need to be taught that that's not an acceptable thing to do, and they need to take consequences for those actions, whether it's repay the stick of gum, work at the fucking place for free for a little bit, like something. But a lot of the times it doesn't happen, you know? And so I think that's the issue. It's just, it's so weird. I don't know. And also, again, I'm no expert. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just spouting nonsense on YouTube live. Live on YouTube.com. Just do your best to be the best person you will be. Be the person that you would be proud of, you know? That's all I try to do. Like, I try to, like, again, I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. But, like, that's the one thing that I feel like really gets me to try and be better, is just thinking about, like, I want to be someone that people look at and they go, I'm happy he's here. You know? Like, when I go to work, I want my coworkers to... I want to walk through the door and my coworkers be like, yes! Oh my god, Unchained's here. Let's go. This is going to be a good day. Like, I know he's going to help out. I know he's going to do his job. Like, that's what I want. I want me to walk into a building and people be excited that I'm there. I don't want people to... I don't want to go into a building and have people be like, oh my god, he's here. Ugh. Like, oh my god. You know, like, so that's what I try to do. You know? And sometimes you can't control how people feel about you. And all you can do is control what you feel about yourself and how you act. And so that's all you can do. Shame for small things and jail for big things used to be good enough deterrent for the longest time. I mean, true, but like so many people get away with that. That's the thing, is like so many people get away with shit, and like jail time a lot of the time, especially like, you know, like the rich and famous, they just get out of jail. You know, get out of jail free card. And a lot of the times shit like that doesn't even matter because they've already made enough money that it like they've made enough money that it doesn't even matter. Is a different beast now. No one of us deceased, cause we won't take more suffering from you. Barrel clothes were awesome, yeah. Yeah. Though I will say there's like good and bad of like the internet of that sort of instance, because like I think like on one hand people do struggle with like feeling shame for their terrible actions, but at the same time, um like I used to get so stressed. I still do, but I used to get so stressed about like how people perceived me on the internet that like I've been on the internet for so long that like again it still does affect me sometimes, but like a lot of the times it's like when people say some stupid shit, it's like I just know that they're some fucking idiot. You know what I mean? Like I'll be like, I'll be like, yeah, fuck you too, buddy. You know, like it's sometimes it's a good thing because you can just like good thing to shit on each other. Uh, Hate it when mechanics for crimes is silly, and I wish it didn't exist. Honestly, yeah, the system is broken, and we don't know how to fix it. But I also think it's very important to remember that not everything is doom and gloom. Because, like, there's a lot of good in the world that honestly, like, gets overshadowed with all the negativity that's happened. Like, you know, all this shit happens, but hey, man, you guys are here in my stream. And that's a positive thing. We got Kaima on our shoulders. That's a positive thing. What day is it? 26th. I may stream tomorrow. potentially earlier in the day. I'm not quite sure. I think I'm gonna maybe try to. We'll have to see. To stream earlier in the day tomorrow. Again, it depends if I wake up, to be honest. Like, I've been sleeping in really, really late. But I may do another stream just to do the last episode of MPW that we didn't do to cap off that. Because we haven't done that yet. And just quickly do one show, 4 matches of MPW. Forgive but don't forget. That's true. I think it's like, yeah. I think you need to like tie this up in a little bow. I feel like you're allowed to like pick and choose when it is okay to forgive and move on with stuff. But at the same time, I think that or like I think you should hope for the redemption arc, but be prepared for, you know, them, like, be prepared that people may not try. I feel like that's another thing, is like you need to don't put all of your emotions into people when you really don't know if they want to change. I guess you can I think you should hope, but you don't have to put your emotions into it, I guess. Oh, yo, now that I have money, so this is completely random. Now that I have money, I'm gonna actually look at this. I don't think... I think they're still doing it. Is this... Can I back? Sorry, this is completely unrelated to anything we're talking about, but there's a game called Alestrals that I've been looking into. It's made by A Drive, who's a very popular Pokemon YouTuber who is kind of known for like shiny hunting and doing a lot of different challenges and stuff like that. And doing a lot of like big shiny hunting events. And he's basically making his own monster taming game called Alestrals. They already have a card game out. And he's making it into a game now. And there was a Kickstarter that you could back forever ago. And it was not expensive at all, but I just did not have the money at the time. Like, it was a very, very good price for the game. I just didn't have the money, and I just wanted to check if I could back the Kickstarter. It's been like dead, not dead, but it's like the Kickstarter's been done for like fucking months. Kaima floats. Kaima does float. Kaima also destroyed Steve Harvey from our island. I'm working on drawing a little thing for our Tomodachi Life, one of the Tomodachi Life videos, to not necessarily because I like it has to be explained, but just because I think it's funny to explain it, of what happened to Steve Harvey. If like you guys have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, basically, during one of our Tomodachi Life streams, some random person that has never been in my chat showed up and was like, "You should add Steve Harvey in a thong." And I was like, I don't really feel like doing that. But then I thought it would be really funny if we made like an evil Steve Harvey. And so we spent a little bit designing like a really evil looking Steve Harvey. And I made up all this ideas of like he's really powerful, and it was a good laugh. But I immediately, like, once I stopped streaming, I was like, this is not funny. like the novelty wore off almost instantaneously for me. And so, I deleted him instantly after ending stream, I removed him from my island instantly. And then I think I talked about this on stream, but in my canon, Kaima just fucking erased him from existence, and so I wanted to draw like a little like manga panel of their fight and slap that into a video. Also, I've been talking a lot about my plans for like YouTube, but my plans for streaming right now is I want to stream things that you guys want to see. I know that's like a dumb thing to say because like yeah, obviously. But like right now, I like in the Discord I asked what you guys wanted to see this week. Mainly because I feel bad that if I don't stream very often, like I would hate for me to stream something you guys aren't interested in and be like, "Wow, this is just one stream in the past 2 weeks and it's this fucking game I don't care about." And you know, it's like not to say that like I will stop doing things I enjoy doing and only do what you guys want, but I want to make sure people are getting what they want out of the streams, and like maybe this isn't what you wanted, um but my overarching goal is to finish Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days because I feel like that story is somewhat getting close to the end. Like we're already basically at least halfway through the story, so I'm hoping that we can finish that up in like 1 or 2 more streams potentially. And then I want to and then after that I will move back into Persona 5 Strikers, which is a game that I desperately want to play. It just kind of like got put on the back burner because I wanted to play Deer Days. And so that it will end up be kind of like that will become sort of my main game versus, you know, Deer Days being my main game now. And then obviously we'll throw in MPW. Try to do that a little bit more consistently still because I still really like MPW. I don't know if that's changed for y'all, but I still really enjoy MPW every once in a while. It's just been harder to do. Everything's been harder to do since starting work. So the moment people are like, the moment a majority of you guys are like, I don't care about MPW anymore, is the moment I start thinking of like how to wrap it up. You know, if people really don't like it, because I know people have enjoyed it and do enjoy it, but like if you guys are all like, I'm so done with MPW, I will probably continue doing it, but I'll think of like a logical way to wrap it up. Because I still have a lot of ideas I want to do, so I'd get all of my ideas out, and who knows, maybe people would be like, I'm done with this, and then one of my ideas pulls you back in. You never know. But I have a lot of ideas still for it, so it's one of those things that I enjoy working on it a lot. It just takes a lot of effort to do. So that's what I'm gonna be working on. I still have so much I want to work on, which is a lot of fun, honestly, because it's allows me to really be able to have fun with the things that I want to work on, but it also is just like, it's a lot of work. You know, I want to work on the YouTube stuff, I want to work on the streaming stuff, and then we also have Odd Sprouts, which is the other YouTube channel I have that I want to work on more. I have a video I'm in the middle of working on, which kind of sucks because I feel like it's sort of no longer relevant, but I still really want to talk about it. And then I still make that video. And then there's another video I have written a script forever ago on, and I'll probably do that as well. Busy, busy, busy. I also want to look into maybe purchasing a better mic, because until now, basically, I have been working for like streams. I have been on a laptop. Like I had a pretty good gaming laptop for a while. That was when we like kind of did majority of our streams. Um, but like most of my YouTube career and streaming career has been on a laptop. So, um, I've kind of been shit out of luck for mics, and a lot of my mics are USB condenser mics, which are fine. I think they're incredibly great. But I want to look into maybe getting a slightly better mic, and one that's like, I think it's like aux cord. I don't even know what the terminology would be, but not a USB mic, basically. I would like to try and get like a better mic. And then when I get the better mic, I'll start singing more, and then you guys will be like, "Wow, no, your condenser mic actually made your singing sound way better." From the rare chances I've sung, and people have been like, "Oh yeah, no, you're like pretty good. You're pretty alright." It's like, no, I'm not. I'm actually terrible. I think it's just the mic is compressing all the terrible notes. Okay. Because my brain has come back into the land of the living, we're gonna stop digging here because my shovel is like in the orange. My shovel's at 300, but I definitely was not paying attention to the durability. So we got a decent amount of sand. Not like, probably not enough, but we got a decent amount of sand. Maybe enough to handle the glass, or not the glass, the make it for concrete, but okay, let me turn off my shaders real quick, just so we can see this a little bit better. But just look at how much I have destroyed this desert. This is just the desert I always go to clear out, to get sand. Like, at some point, we're going to have this whole desert cleared out. Not to mention, is it over here? It might be a different mesa biome I'm thinking about. But we have, like, a mesa biome that I've dug out, like, a lot of the red sand. But yeah, we've, like, destroyed this stuff. I'm just gonna fly over to my house, because it's fun that I can see it from here. We could start mining... You know what? Let's do this, actually. Let's mine some terracotta since we're here. Because we need cyan terracotta. Okay. We have this. If you did not know this, guys, it only takes haste to insta-mine terracotta. So you don't actually need... You don't actually need a full beacon. Insta-mine terracotta. Is regular terracotta right? My other mesa biome where I get all my terracotta from is so destroyed as well. The only thing with the small beacon is the range isn't fantastic. Gotta grab. What is? Where? There we go. Fuck it out. Oh, it's that range. Let's. This is giving me PTSD because mining terracotta is the one clip on my YouTube channel that's ever gotten a strike. So this is giving me PTSD. I'm like, oh no. We better, guys, don't say anything funny or else YouTube's gonna think of it as attacking people. Don't ever say anything funny, okay? Don't use sarcasm, don't say anything funny. YouTube will come after us. Don't ever talk about hypotheticals. Honestly, just never have any fun unless you're generating slop AI. That's what YouTube cares about. No jokes, just slop AI, terrible videos. Hypothetically jokes? No, no! Don't do it. Ah, that's orange terracotta. I always kind of feel bad. Like, I hope you guys enjoy these streams. I always feel sort of bad for Minecraft streams because, like, I feel like I never build things on stream. And it's just because I'm such a mess when I build things in Minecraft. Like, like, we built the whole... I mean, to be fair, we built the whole first area of the roguelike. So, like, it's not like I don't build anything. But I'm just such a mess with building stuff that I don't find it fun to build stuff on stream a lot of the times because I'm, like, constantly trying to figure out what the fuck I'm even supposed to do. And then I feel like I'm just spending 40 minutes of the stream going, what am I supposed to do? Let me look up a reference. Or, like, I honestly enjoy collecting stuff because this is the most boring part a lot of the times of things. And, like, I can, you know, get through it easy because I just, like, watch a show or something while doing it. But streaming it just, like, I feel like even more fun because I know I'm like, I get to stream and chat with people and then also get my work done. But I know it's not, like, the most entertaining thing to watch, though I know it might be like relaxed. Can you guys go away? Also, that's the fucking cube of doom over there. That's actually one of the areas in my hardcore world where I almost died. If you guys have ever seen in the Nether... There is a sign in the Nether that says "Rip Boob Sign." Basically, that cube is a project, or was a project. I don't think I'm ever going back to it, to be honest, but we'll see. Never say never. It was a project that I was working on, and I put a sign that said "boobs" next to it. And, one day, I used the bed, I went to sleep next to, or under it, and under it's like a little bit dark, and I guess a creeper spawned, and the creeper came up right next to me as I was sleeping and blew up, and popped one of my totems. So. And it also killed the boob sign. I feel like I didn't tie in the boob sign part well enough to that story. It blew up the boob sign, and so now I have ripped boob sign in the nether because it went to hell. It got blown up to hell. Got blown to schmivereens. Got blown to Wolverine. Totems are so good. They are quite good. I do enjoy totems, very much so. I understand why some people don't like totems, but I like them a lot. I like them because when you're not using insanely OP raid farms to just get a billion of them, which, like, I get that that's something people can hate on. Like, I feel like the raid farms might be crazy. If you do it, who cares? Like, I play the game how you want. But, like, I totally get people being like, that's broken. But, like, to get normal, like, a totem just normally, just go in and, like, kill one, like, woodland mansion, I feel like they're pretty well designed. Because they're not super easy to obtain, but are very good once you do obtain them. I wonder, there's definitely a statistic for that. Would it be, like, times broken? I don't think it's the same thing. Would it be times mined, times crafted, times used? No, it probably wouldn't. Also, these numbers are so, like, all over the place. Okay. I need to understand what I'm looking at right now. Right, we're looking here, because I'm like, that is a massive number because it's 2. I feel like... Okay, cauldron chest, damage absorbed, damage dealt, damage taken. Spencers, distance fallen, distance flown, sprinted swim, walk, distance, dropper search, fish caught, games quit, interaction with beacons, blast furnaces, campfires, cartography. Items dropped, jumps, mob kills, music discs played, notes played, number of deaths, 0. Player kills, 0. We're at 65 days in the world. Yeah, I don't know. Um, I would assume it's got to be maybe times used, and it wouldn't be that much because I feel like I've probably done it about 3 times at least. 3 times I can think of. Maybe even 4. See it in 4. We gotta look out for Kaima. 5. So maybe 5. Because I know one, when I was charged creeper hunting, a charged creeper blew me up. One time I just fell, or I was like flying in the nether, and I was going down to the bedrock to land, and the game just said, no, you're moving too quickly, die. And so it broke a totem. It was very strange. And then The time in the... The time in that cave where I got hit with lava. I, like, fell... Oh, yeah, no, there was time I went in that cave with the lava, and then I'm pretty sure there was one where, like, a creeper snuck up behind me in a cave one time. Also, this is unrelated to anything, but I need to share this to everyone because this is such a fucking crazy story. So there's this YouTuber I follow. His name is Reckless Ben. I think a lot of his videos are phenomenal, and he does incredible like journalism type stuff. He's kind of like, if I were to describe him, he's kind of like a fuckboy, but a journalist fuckboy. He very much comes off in the vibe of like TikTok prankster type, and maybe he was like a prankster YouTube channel or something. I don't remember. But basically, he's actually a very genuinely cool and interesting person. You guys might have even heard about him because Moist Critical just dropped a video about him. Basically, this is how I learned about him. He made a series called Scientology Sucks, where he infiltrates Scientology. He like tries to get through to Scientology as far as he can into the organization to see what they're really about, and it's such a fascinating like thing to see. And then this is before all the Scientology speedruns. And when I say trying to get as far in, I mean not running into the building. I mean he's like going through Scientology and trying to get into the actual religion organization without paying any money. That's basically like his goal was like, I'm trying to get as far as I can without paying money to learn about what they're doing. And he gets very far, and there's a lot of very, very interesting things that he shows in that series. And then he did one... He's done a bunch of other ones, but he's done one on the Yellow Deli, which is like another kind of cult, religious organization, allegedly, type thing. Or at least that's what his video portrays. And then... But have you seen the Scientology speedruns? I have seen them, and they're fucking incredible. The Scientology speedruns are incredible. But he does a lot of cult stuff, and then he looked into this thing called McCamey Manor, which is like it was advertised as like an extreme haunted house type thing, and like it became kind of popular in where the guy lived, and people were like, you like try to be able to get into McCamey Manor, this crazy haunted house thing. But really, it didn't exist, and the guy's actually, like, a fucking crazy person who's, like, evil and likes to abuse people, basically, allegedly. Or at least in the video, that is what it is portrayed to be. And it's very fascinating to see, and he uncovers a lot of different stuff. So, like, there's just a bunch of different things he does, he's talked about. And his most recent video that he's put out is talking about the Lego store Bricks and Minifigs, the Lego company, Bricks and Minifigs, not associated with actual Lego, as far as I'm aware, but they are a store. It's like a GameStop kind of, but like for Legos specifically. And basically, this guy, this older gentleman over his life collected hundreds and thousands of Star Wars Legos to the point that he arguably has the biggest Star Wars Lego collection in the world. Basically, the older gentleman had some health issues, and so he decided it's time for me to sell my collection of, like, in-box Star Wars Legos. Which, honestly, I think it's, like, the price of the Legos is about, like, $200,000 roughly. Like, it's not a small amount. But so basically, the way the story goes is that This guy goes to Bricks and Minifigs in his local town to sell them, and they sign a contract. They have a contract that is, they will put the Legos on the shelf as stock, and they will sell them for him. And I assume they make some kind of cut, but basically, they sell them for him. He is still the owner of the Legos until they are sold in the store. And then the store will pay him, however much money he's owed when they get sold, his percentage, right? And so they sign this thing, and then the owner of that building gets moved to a different one or fired or something, but basically is no longer working there, and the people move in, and basically they just steal all of his Legos, his $200,000 worth of Legos. And so this guy, his son, has been fighting to try and get his Legos back or his money, and so Ben has now come in to start doing journalism to try and see what's going on. And it's such a fascinating video. And there's only part 1 right now on YouTube, and I honestly would so recommend it. It's an hour 40 watch. It's such a good video. But it's Ben trying to figure out who is behind it, who is trying to steal. Is it the corporate? Is it someone working in the store? And then also at the same time trying to find ways to get the guy's money back or something. Because a lot of what's happening is the guy that runs the store, it was originally, I think, in Oregon. I can't remember where it was, but I think it was in Oregon was the place. And basically the guy who ran the store of that location, they had the son of the guy who sold them had problems with him trying to contact, say, give him back. And he was sue me. If you think I have something, sue me. I will drag this out until you have to spend so much money on legal fees that it's no longer worth it for you to get this stuff back. Or I we'll win in court. We're just gonna drag it out if you try to sue us. But that's your only course of action. We're not giving it back to you, so sue us. And so it's a very interesting, not to spoil a lot of the video, but there's a very interesting angle in the video of Ben almost trying to figure out how to get sued by them so that they have to hork up the legal fees. Ben's trying to do things legally, but in a way where he will get them to sue him. He's doing all this stuff that's annoying them, but fully Ben is I don't know what kind of lawyers he's got on call, but Ben does all this shit to try and get them in trouble and stuff in legal the legal way with all these legal loopholes. It's so fascinating. I would honestly tell you to go watch all of his videos. They're so good, especially the Scientology and the Yellow Deli ones. But this one is so crazy. And it's awesome that Moist Critical recently just put out a video about it, because we can't just let people like this get away with this shit, man. So I would say if you do have a Bricks and Minifigs, I would say maybe hold off on supporting them until that situation's fixed. But I mean, you may do whatever you want. You're your own person. But I'm I don't buy Lego from anyone. I don't buy Lego. I'm not interested in Lego at this point in my life. I don't got the money for Lego. But if I were to buy Lego, I'm definitely not doing it at Bricks and Minifigs, because they're fucking scamming old people and it's not fun. But yeah, the Scientology speedruns are phenomenal. I like anything that does that stuff. I like that they have whole places getting shut down because of how much shit is going on. it makes me smile. I obviously don't call for any sort of violence or anything, but I feel like this is like the best protest of Scientology is like speedrunning, trying to find Tom Cruise. It's crazy because there's a lot of places where or like there's a lot of things where I live that are connected to alleged cults. Like I didn't even know this, but we were driving downtown and I saw a Scientology building. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, we have a Scientology building? And it, like, gets me in that situation, or in that mindset of, like, such morbid curiosity. People, you like the Naruto runners were funny. Yeah, that's like since the, Area 51 days, which people make me laugh because they're bum rushing the fucking Scientology buildings, but they wouldn't do Area 51. What the fuck? Like they wouldn't actually go into Area 51. And I'm like, if they tried to legitimately get into Area 51, they would have been shot and killed. Like I don't Scientology ain't doing that. uh, Someone did a YouTube video. I don't know um if you guys have heard about this or seen this, but someone did a YouTube video uh thing that I saw pop up on my recommendeds where it was playing Minecraft, but I can't break any of the laws of Scientology, and it's so fascinating. I think like learning about that stuff is so interesting. Like learning about uh different groups like that, different cults and things. I find so interesting. Yeah, you love those types of videos. Yeah, one of them is guarded by the literal U.S. military. Yeah, like they will die. But yeah, I love like deep dives into weird groups. That's why I like Reckless Ben's videos so much, is because it's him like analyzing these groups, but then also getting like a 100 like a actual full thing um like he was talking about they do this thing called auditing, I think it is, in Scientology. Um and it's like almost like a hypnosis type thing where they like make you repeat stuff and make you do these different things. And it was like he was saying stuff like it was happening where they were almost inputting, this sounds science fictiony, but it's like putting memories in his own head, because he would like they would have him describe something that had happened to him, like say a moment that made him sad, and then they would have him repeat it over and over again, like this story, but they would like change certain things or say different things to make it seem like, and then they'd have him repeat it where it was like almost to a point where he was thinking like, damn, I'm like, maybe that is the true, like maybe that was what I originally said and wasn't what like it wasn't them changing it. It was like that's actually what I must have, like it was tricking his brain. It's like, because if you repeat something in your brain for so long, it will start ringing true. And that was kind of what was happening to him, and he was just like, it was a fascinating experience. Alright, we'll come grab this stuff and we'll drop it off. I should probably put that away. That's probably important. So I'd recommend it if that's something you guys are interested in, because he's got a lot of different videos of stuff like that. There's only a little hole. I think I also want to something I would like to do in this world soon. We talk about the super smelter for sure. I want to work on, but I think another thing that I do want to work on because it's something like hello. It's something that I see. Sorry, that caught me off guard. Or I end up like destroying a lot of areas just to collect resources. So I want to do like sand and gravel dupers at some point, so that we can not have to destroy so much land. Ah, let's see. Do we have any empty ones? We should have like a couple. Start emptying out some of these shulkers for now. Some of the resources we've gotten. Ugh. I'm also not sure if I want Super Smelter to be above me or below me right now. Because below would probably be easier to make, but if I do it above me, I can connect it to this hopper system a lot easier. Because, I mean, water tunnels are a great way to get items up, but hoppers are just super easy to get things down. It's just a struggle here. There it goes. I also want to see... How's it going over here? Yeah, there's some items I just need to, like, also compost. Like, I have a ton of different leaves that I don't really need. We'll be sorting. Wood, some flowers are gonna get sorted here. Do we have dandelions? Yeah, so the dandelion should get sorted here. Um, yeah. As much as this kind of slows down the sorting process because they sort through all of these, I do kind of like this area just because it's sort of like a bottleneck for things. You like see me fall on the powdered snow thing? Yeah, I did it because I wanted it to feel more like an elevator and not like just a water thing down here. How's my door doing? Is it freaking out anymore? The door was freaking out earlier today. Yeah, I love the storage room so much. I think I may end up adding um concrete powder to a chest. We'll definitely see. I think because this overflow chest is gonna really be a determining factor of what needs to go where. Because a lot of the times, if it shows up in an overflow chest, it's either because I ended up moving it from, or like I ended up mining something, or it's something that has been over sorted. And so it's like if I keep getting like a ton of concrete powder, which I do have a lot of, it's like I should add a place for concrete powder. It's also fun because changing things out is pretty easy. The hardest part is just moving the stuff from the chest. Like if I don't want snow here anymore, I just come up here and swap out the snow. So it's not like the worst thing in the world, but yeah, it's all just about thinking about what I want to put into the chests because I don't think I would ever do full doors, but maybe doors goes into one of the rooms, like chests in my armory. There's certain things, and then there's certain things like pale moss and other things that I need to just. I need to just compost or toss. There's a shulker box in here. How did the fuck did that get in here? That's so weird. It's funny because that was originally what I was gonna do for shulker boxes. So before all of this, right, up here, I was gonna have it just be like it takes this, filters everything, and the shulker boxes were gonna like go all the way through the system and end up like here, right? And then I was just thinking, I'm like, that's gonna be so annoying when I need shulker boxes for things and I have to wait for it to go through the entire system. So that's why I have this here where they'll check if it's a shulker box first and then put it in here. Will text me. I gotta make sure it's not urgent. Sorry, they were slightly urgent. Okay. Um, this wasn't The most interesting thing, or this wasn't the most interesting stream, but chat. If you promise me, you won't tell Schmeeps. You guys promise me you won't tell Schmeeps. I will show you something I've been working on in secret. We gotta be quiet, guys, so please whisper. I forgot my ender chest. And Schmeeps, if you're in the stream chat, don't watch. I mean, I can't control you, but I mean, you can do whatever you want, but this is gonna be my gambit, okay? I have a secret that I've been working on. I have a secret little side project that I've been working on just on my own, and it's been fun to not talk about it and just work on it, but now I want to talk about it. It's probably something I'll be working on mostly off stream. Ah. That's not right. Lips are sealed? Okay. This is how we'll end off the stream. Yeah, I got rockets, okay. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Nee nee. Nee nee nee. Nee nee nee. Also, I think my game's lagging because I updated to a new version of Minecraft. Also, it's because we're loading a bunch of stuff, but I updated to a new version of Minecraft, and I'm pretty sure Minecraft, like, so, yeah, yeah, resets my RAM every time. Okay, I gotta remember where the hell I'm going. I think it's somewhere over here. It doesn't help that it's foggy. It does hide my tracks. Also, look at the beautiful freaking northern lights. Ah, there it is. Dun 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 dun. You guys will probably be like, either you'll be like, oh, that's cool, or, oh, I don't care. Scuba mode. Dee 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 dee. Oh my god, this shader pack is so crazy. Also, haven't checked my elytra. My elytra's good. Nee nee nee. Nee nee nee. You guys know where this house is from, I'll give you a cookie. But I built this a little bit ago. The reason it's a secret from stay quiet, guys. Stay quiet. The reason it's a secret from Schmeeps is because Uh, I built it, and I was saying that we're gonna do like a. I'm putting this house in my world, and I'm not gonna tell her where it is if she doesn't know where it is. So everybody just, I guess, don't know where. But if you know what this house is based off of, I'll give you a cool. And familiar to anyone? What the fuck? Looking familiar to anyone? What the fuck? What the fuck, man? What the fuck, guy? Are you... Come on, son. Well, now I gotta fix that before we leave. Any more creepers in this house? Are you guys ready for the best part of this house, though? Yeah, it's pretty sick. Also, yes, you're right, Merlin. This is based off the cabin in Sword Art Online that Kirito and Asuna get. And I want to build like docks and stuff around these lakes and things. This is just such a beautiful terrain as well. Like, it's kind of crazy. And with the resource pack, or the shader pack that I got, it makes all the flowers glow, so it's got like a nice flower foresty feel. It's super nice. But yeah, it's the house from Sword Art Online that Kirito and Asuna live in. It's not perfect, much like me, but the thing with this house is it's honestly incredibly fucking confusing because the show is super inconsistent on what the inside is like. It's almost not inconsistent. It's mainly the balcony. Where the balcony is determines how the house looks on the inside, because the balcony, to me, looks like it's in the back corner of the house, which I think it is, but the way that the house is shaped does not, or like the way the inside of the house is does not align with that. It aligns with it either being in the front, which makes no sense, or in the middle of the side of the house, which maybe makes the most sense. Because like later in one of the later seasons, they have this random storage room that I added. Um, they have this random storage room here that I added, and I don't know where this is supposed to be because they only have one door here, which leads to the bedroom, which has to lead like this way, and there's no other door in here. But then like these windows here are in the bedroom, so it's like I think the balcony is actually supposed to be where this is. If I were to redesign this, it would be the bedroom is here, the storage room is here, like facing this way, maybe, is my only thought process of like maybe that's what works. Like maybe the storage room is something else, but I don't know. Okay. Let me go look for some iron. And we're gonna literally play some Minecraft real quick. We're gonna mine some iron. We're gonna mine some iron. We're gonna smelt it. And then we're gonna make some lanterns to put on those beams, because I think that's what spawned. I could also do glow lichen, actually. And just have like, because we won't really see what's up there. Glow lichen might be good just to give smallest hint of light. But yeah, I'm very happy with this house. And some of these things I took some creative liberty. Like, the roof looked really boring from behind because it was just going to look blocky. So I added like this balcony thing up here. And I've also seen some references with that balcony. So, there's a couple things that I added to this. And I think also it's really important when you're making something like this to add your own little flair to it. But definitely shelves are the MVP here because they are such good building blocks. Oh fuck. Let's just build up. Let's just stop being stupid. Because that creeper fell on us. Like, this house isn't perfectly lit, but that creeper fucking fell from the rafters, and I think that's where things are spawning the most. And how does that look? Can we even see the glow lichen? Not really. And it honestly just kind of looks like sunlight with the shaders on. How does it look? Like, with this, it doesn't... Our house does not look very dark. It's mainly when it's nighttime does the house get super dark. I think it's this side that's just, like, the darkest. But yeah, even without the shaders, I still love this view. It's pretty great. I'm pretty happy with it. I want to add, like, docks and stuff walking around. Also, since I changed the stuff, it, like, since I, like, updated it, like, screwed everything. So, where is... I see clouds for fancy, but where's leaf? I also hate sodium sometimes, man. Yeah, not what I'm clicking. Again, not what I'm clicking. Why is it doing that? It's supposed to be Shift P gets us... Okay. There we go. Thank you. Or is it, It's in video settings. Clouds. See-through leaves. Oh, they're called see-through leaves? Weird. Yeah, I like when leaves don't look see-through in this game. That might be really controversial and strange, but I like looking at leaves like this. I don't like when they look see-through. But I want to add docks and stuff where we can walk around in the forest and things. I want to try and keep it as foresty as possible. But something I did do was I carved some of the trees out from here to give this view a little bit more. Because before it was like trees everywhere and you really couldn't see this too well. And so I also think it would be cool to maybe light up, like put lights at the bottom of this lake so it will really pop at night. We'll see. This is sort of a side project that I probably won't talk too much about, but every once in a while I'll give you guys a little update on it. We'll just keep it on the download from. Also, the thing that pisses me off immensely is I can't do anything with the updated, but I have a time lapse of me building it, and for some reason there's like a weird glitch in it where it like shows part of the build as like a ghost block, and it just like ruins the thing. Do you prefer the see-through leaves? That's fair. It might just be a thing of like, um, I grew up playing without the see-through leaves. I also like them because it's easier to hide things behind them. like lights and stuff. But yeah, I think it's just a preference thing, right? But I appreciate you guys hanging out. I think we'll end off here. We almost hit the 3 hour mark. I try to go for about 2.5 hours on these kind of streams, and I feel like this was a pretty good stream. We really all we did was just collect resources, so I hope you guys had some sort of enjoyment on it. And maybe I'll try and stream tomorrow a little bit. We'll see how much I stream because I work again on Thursday. So I don't want to like stay up too late. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. I appreciate y'all, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night. Bye. Matane. Bye bye.